Hi, my name is TJ McKenna, and I wanted to give you a quick introduction to my station at the Curiosity and Learning Conference, which in 2020 is going to be virtual. So we're going to keep with that theme and talk about how can we make science, and in this case, virtual science, phenomenal. And we're really having a shift between that image of me on the left there to this Bitmoji image of me out in a field with those amazing butterflies. And so a quick thing about me. So I have been involved in a lot of different science, whether it's working with adults, working with kids, and even doing live TV science, which is a whole nother thing. But really what it boils down to is making science meaningful and making it relevant. And so when we're talking about raising the bar for virtual science, does that mean just mess around with stuff at your house? Does that mean play around with different things and just make a mess? No, we're still talking about the standards. We're still talking about how to make connections to the things that students need to learn, but keeping that meaningful and engaging. And so one of the things that's a challenge is how do you do that when your science lab doesn't look like this anymore? And here are a couple images from elementary science method students who are learning to teach science in a science lab at the School of Education at BU. And that's really not what it looks like right now. And if we're talking about making virtual science engaging, what it really looks like is this. Here's my science lab now. I'm at my house. I have some science materials here set up. So how do we engage students with these kinds of science materials? And so we're really going to focus in this station on properties of materials and structure and function. So like, what does that mean? Like, what is this made out of? If I drop it, whoo, that's heavy. If I spin it on here, it does something weird. And if I pick this up, nothing's really happening at this thing. But this is kind of a famous science tool. If I hold it up here, what is happening? Looks like I got cold hands. I can still make it boil. We've got cool things that we can do with slinkies. We've got this like jar of water. If you actually reach into it, it's not just water. There are all these like little things in there. Like, what are those? Why can't we see them? Weird. So put this down. Also, like this graduated cylinder has some stuff in it. It's up to 20. Let's see what happens if I add some water to it. So that something weird's happening with this too. Starting to absorb. So what could be happening there, and what is that made out of, and what is it even used for? This thing's still going. What is this? A bucket full of beads? What happens if we take some of these out? The whole thing empties out? Why is this thing still going? And sometimes different objects make noise. Like this is a very strange looking object, but what happens if we shake it? Is there a turkey in here? So in our station, we're really going to focus on the science, making it virtual, trying to figure out why this thing is still going. Where is this energy coming from? And digging more into how to do science at home with your people. Might be your family, might be your friends, might be your Zoom buddies, whoever it may be. So if you want to sign up, you can sign up. If you want to join, and I'll see you shortly. Bye. Ooh, there's the stop.